it! You're alive! Sally Koski over there with that great sign over there. Hey, thanks for coming out. We've got about 10 more minutes before we start. The only reason why we're waiting and not getting going now is because a lot of people are coming and they're having to park a little bit away. Unfortunately, the owner of this strip mall shopping center doesn't really particularly appreciate our Second Amendment rights, so they're making it a little bit difficult for us. That's why I'm shouting at you through a microphone instead of through a bullhorn instead of a microphone. So hold on, folks. We're going to get started in 10 minutes, just letting everybody get a chance to get here. Thank you for coming today.
Hey.
That's for everybody.
Don't step on it.
Sally! Yeah, did you see the article in the paper this morning? Oh my God, the car. You know, let me ask Ryan. Sal, where's Sal? About guns? Yeah, about guns. Gun activism is 350
Okay, yeah, well, okay, I know. Are all of them there? Hey, tell everybody to wave their flag and get a picture.
Is there a news camera? Yeah, we got two.
Tell everyone to wave their flag. Wave your flags up, everybody! Everybody, wave your flags up!
Flag up!
All right.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's not free!
You gotta earn it! Well, cell phones are. Be something. Not mine. Not mine. I just paid my phone. Don't get me wrong. We have that. I did. That's why I know all these cops. There's another guy. You should have worn your boots. If you can play the Second Amendment, you can play with 25 retired. A year and a half? Well, no, test.
Oh my God, look at him flying.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. God bless America! God bless our Second Amendment rights! God bless you for showing up today on a beautiful Saturday! God bless Pacifica. God bless the Pacifica cops. I've known some of these police officers since they were in diapers, okay? They're good guys. I'm just telling you, they're the good guys. All right, God bless my colleagues. Melanie Morgan, Katie Green, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Melanie Morgan. There's Katie Green. We can't tell you how honored we are to be with you today on this gorgeous God Bless America Day.
Amen. Amen.
Kennebunkport, Maine supports the Second Amendment.
coming out and being here. This really is all about you, so thank you. And do you want me to start the? All right. Oh no, Chiefy wants to talk. Hang on.
We're waiting for Assemblyman Logue. Assemblyman, if you're here, come on up. We're waiting for Assemblyman Logue to arrive. He'll be here shortly. We also didn't introduce to you our musical guest. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Diana Nagy.
KSFO! Thank you for being here today.
Yeah. Okay, so a little thing happened. We had a big PA system initially, but we were told we couldn't use the PA system. So I have a son here who used to work a Radio Shack, and he said, "Dad, there's a Radio Shack 3 miles away. They have a bullhorn. Buy one now." So I think in this coming tax year, I'm still able to write off business expenses. I don't think they've taken that away from me just yet. So this is now a KSFO write-off. I love it. You know me, cheapest man in the world, Melody. You know me.
I know you, cheapest man in the world.
All right, let's go ahead and begin with Katie Green. Listen, we told the Chronicle interviewed us for this day, and we told the Chronicle we're a really radical bunch. You better get ready. If you come to this gathering in Pacifica, there will be spontaneous outbursts of the Pledge of Allegiance. There will be patriotic songs like the National Anthem. And oh my God, forbid, we're actually going to read from the Constitution of the United States of America.
Constitution of the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Green for the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States of America. All right, say it with me. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
All right. I would like to introduce Diana Nagy. She has gone across the country singing patriotic songs for the Tea Party Express, and now she is going to lead us in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Ladies! And the rockets from the land, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Give it up for Diana Nagy. will solve the problem of sick men and little boys from stealing guns from their mothers so they can get some sort of sick thrill by murdering children. That won't happen. But there are laws that will stop law-abiding citizens from getting guns to protect themselves from killers, from crooks and thieves and rapists. And not one of those are pouring out of they're pouring out of our state prisons right now, thanks to Governor Jerry Brown. Even the most liberal person can see that guns are necessary for our self-protection and to protect ourselves from tyranny, just like the Constitution guarantees. Are we going to stand by and watch this stupidity? Are we going to send a message that we're going to defend our families? Are we going to defend our friends? Are we going to defend ourselves? Then let us stand together and speak together in one voice and push back and not allow these people to do what they're trying to do to us, violate our Second Amendment freedom rights. Thank you all very much.
Melanie, why is the video all over there?
That's right. They came here for 2 seconds. To all the media who are present today with television cameras, we're just wondering why your cameras are over there. When there are half a dozen people there, and there's 1,000 over here.
Let's go get him! Let's go get him! They're on the same side. That's it. The answer.
You haven't, those of you over here, amongst the 1,000 or so that have gathered, there are about 20 huck yucks back there, 20 left leaders, and it's interesting, the media is all over them, boy, taking pictures up close and personal, doing interviews. For the media that's over here, we do appreciate you trying to be fair and balanced. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
How about my grandson being taken?
I would like to,
Daddy to protect.
we're still awaiting Assemblyman Logue. He should be here in just a moment. You know, in this part of the Bay Area, Melanie, we have to adopt our assemblymen and our state senators because we don't have any here. So we're waiting Assemblyman Logue in just a moment.
Shut your miss, Pete Stark.
Okay. We have a few people from our audience, though, that we would like to give an opportunity to speak with. So, Melanie, if you could please direct this to our next guest.
Okay, where's Phil from Menlo Park? Come on up. I'd like to introduce one of our callers to KSFO Radio who has real life experience about why it's important to keep our guns and to keep them close. Hey, here's Phil.
All right.
Sorry, Phil.
Hey guys, so when I called in to make sure that first right never goes away. So on to my story. Again, I live in Menlo Park. It's a fairly well-to-do bedroom community just across the hills over here. It's a nice place. I live in a great neighborhood. There's about 80 homes in my neighborhood. Kids play in the street. We're friends with each other. We talk to each other. It's like a scene out of the 50s. We get along. We have a website that we all talk to each other on. And I was heading home from work the other day. I had to go to a doctor's appointment that my wife makes me go to every year. And I was heading home from work, and I got to my subdivision, and I couldn't get in. And the road was blocked by a police officer and a crime tape. And I stopped at the crime tape and I said, "What's going on here?" And she said, there are 4 men with guns that are in your neighborhood. Yeah. And this is in Menlo Park. This is just right over here. It's in the Silicon Valley. Nothing ever happens. And there's 4 men with guns in my neighborhood. And so my first thought is that my wife, she stays at home, and my daughter, who goes to college, is home often in the daytime. They're home in my house. And so I asked him, what end of the block is this happening on? It's on my end of the block where these cops are. And I'm looking down the street, and there are 30 cops. I mean, there's cops, all of the cops from Menlo Park, all of them from Atherton, half of them from Redwood City, from the San Mateo Sheriff's Office. They're all right in front of my neighborhood. The SWAT team is out. They've got AR-15s and shotguns. They've got their service weapons drawn. My whole neighborhood is covered with cops. And so I said, I need to go in there. I need to be with my wife and daughter. And she says, no, you've got to stay here. You know, and that was the most frustrating moment, I think, in my entire life right then, is that I'm a man that's taken care of my family my whole life. And I love my family, and I'm going to continue to take care of them. And at that moment, I felt trapped, and I couldn't do anything about it. So I called my wife, and nobody answered, and she doesn't answer half the time I call her. and my daughter didn't answer the call either. And then, you know, so my fear started escalating at that point. You know, I thought the worst thoughts. You know, that they're in the middle of this, and then my rational side took over and said, no, you know, things are going to be okay. There's all these cops everywhere, but you know, I kept on worrying about what's going to happen. And so finally, my daughter calls me back and says, Daddy, there are cops all around the house. And I said, you know, so what's happening? And she said, I saw a strange man walk through our backyard right in front of me. And he was one of the guys they were chasing. He walked through our backyard, and my daughter was right there in our in our sliding glass door window, and saw him walk right by her. And so she went to the front door, and the first thing that she thought, she didn't know that a crime was happening at this point. She thought somebody tossed a ball in our yard and was just coming in to get it. She thought, you know, nothing of it. She went out the front door, and she saw the SWAT team and everybody out there, and a cop said, get back in the house. And so she went down. He said, get back in the house and stay low. So she assumed that he knew that that this guy was outside of our house. And so she told me this story, and I said, sweetie, get Daddy's shotgun. And she's 20-some years old, and she still calls me Daddy. But I said, sweetie, get Daddy's shotgun and load her up.
Yeah.
And I want you to chamber a shell. And I want you to keep your finger off the trigger, and I want you to take the safety off. And I want you to let me know when you've done all those things. So I'm sitting there and I'm worried because, you know, I have shown my kids how to shoot responsibly and how to shoot safely, and to only point at what they're only going to shoot what they're aiming at, and that, you know, we've target shot together. And so my worst thought was she's going to forget all those things. I'm going to have to walk her through this. And it wasn't, you know how when you see on television when the sound of a 12-gauge shotgun, somebody pumps that shotgun and it makes that distinctive sound. And you know, you hear about how the bad guys have a little stain in their underwear when they hear that noise.
Skid mark.
Well, I tell you what it did for me. I heard that noise over my cell phone. I heard it clear. I heard my Remington 870 home defense shotgun. And I heard that distinct sound, and I knew that there was a 3-inch Magnum load, 15-pellet double-aught buckshot load that's going into that shotgun. You know, and what I knew at that point is I knew that my little girl, who's about as tall as me, but she's skinny, and I knew my little girl at that point, she was not going to be a victim that day. That because we had chosen target shooting as a hobby, that she knew how to shoot that weapon, that she knew what that 12-gauge kick felt like on her shoulder, that she knew what that sound was going to sound like if it happened to go off in her 12-by-10 bedroom. Not well, she didn't know that part for sure. She knew it would be loud.
You need some spackle.
And okay. And so, you know, what the point to all of that is, at the end of the day, they caught these guys right next to my house. They recovered the weapon. And the part that I missed, they robbed a jewelry store from Redwood City, and the owner of the store had used a gun to point it at them and stop them from robbing his store. And so 2 guns were used that day, and one to keep the owner safe and one to keep my daughter safe. And these guys are in jail now, and I'm thankful that I have the right to be able to arm her, my family, and everybody around me. Thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you, Bill from Menlo Park. God bless you, and God bless your family and all the police officers who made that happy ending. In just a moment, Assemblyman Dan Love from Yuba City will be joining us. But first, we have another guest who wants to speak today, and I'm happy and proud to give her that opportunity. Her name is Rhonda, and she has a compelling story to tell for all of us.
So help me.
I'm so glad to see everybody out here.
Louder!
My name is Rhonda, and about 30 years ago, the most horrifying event happened in my life. My 15-and-a-half-year-old son was murdered. He was doing what he loved best. He was working in a gas station on a Saturday morning, and two robbers came in and robbed the gas station, and at that point his throat was slit ear to ear. My point is, if the owner had a gun on the premises, my son would probably be here today supporting gun rights. I remember the NRA, an American and a citizen of the United States, and proud of it.
Yay! Thank you, Rhonda. We are so very sorry for your loss, but we are grateful for your support today because you are right. Without guns, there would be a lot more killers out there taking the lives of our children, and we're not going to stand for it.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to reach out to find representatives here in the Bay Area. We know that in terms of our assemblymen and assemblywomen and state senators, you can't find any here that would want to be at a rally like this. And God knows the Bay Area congressional delegation is trying to stop us from having something to rally around by curtailing our Second Amendment rights, and we're not going to take it. No! So we reached out to a gentleman who is actually doing something to protect our Second Amendment rights, and he's standing tall for us in the hallowed halls of Sacramento. Would you please welcome from the North State, Assemblyman Dan Lowe.
Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Louder? Okay. First of all, I want to say this. I want to thank you for being here today. And you know what? I need you in Sacramento too, right? We're going to take this state back, and I'll tell you why. Because freedom is not just about the right to bear arms, ladies and gentlemen. It's about your freedom in every part of your life. Keep it up to your mouth. Sacramento is determined in Washington to take away every part of our liberty. Did you know that even in California, that your air isn't even free anymore? You know that? That's how far we have fallen. You know what? We've let it happen. We really have. So we've got to draw a line in the sand and turn this thing around, because this country is the last best hope of mankind on earth. Listen, yeah. My father landed at Normandy, traveled across Europe with General Patton, conquered over 12,000 towns, captured 2.5 million Nazi Germans, right? That greatest generation saved the world for freedom. It was for liberty that they did that for. It was for you and me. It was for you and me that they did that for. Now it's our turn. This is our Normandy, isn't it? Yeah! This is where we draw a line in the sand. We're not going to back up. We are not going to blink. This is our right. Governments are not sovereign. It's individuals that are sovereign. That's what makes us a great country. Now it's our turn to step up. Do you guys, have any of you ever seen the movie Saving Private Ryan? Yes! Yeah. The other night. At the last part, he looks at Captain Miller, and Captain Miller looks at him and says, 2 words. Earn this. Yep. Earn this. And that's what we have to remember today. Our freedom came at a price. Then I want you to know that there are people who are standing with you who are not here, and they are cheering you on from their graves. Patrick Henry, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson are cheering you on because you have the same vision that they did 200 years ago. And that vision of theirs is living through you today. And do you want to see us lose the hope and freedom of a country in our generation? Do we going to let that happen? No! So that's why I'm here today. I wanted to drive down here to tell you that we stand with you. We are with you, and we're willing to pay whatever price to protect your rights. I have a bill in called AB 134. I just submitted it. And basically what it does is it outlaws the media from getting your address if you had concealed carry. We're going to get it through. So I wanted to let you know, I was born in San Francisco. I understand this area. I love the people of this community. And I want you to know that you are our heroes and that we're standing on your shoulders. Don't give up. Don't become weary. Do not blink. If you can't fight for yourself, do it for your kids. Do it for your grandkids. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Assemblyman Dan Lowe from Yuba City. Where's Sally Zalakowski? Sally, where are you? Come on up here. You know, there was an article in the front page of the San Francisco Chronicle this morning, which we usually don't read, but we made an exception today, because they're trying to tell us that the Tea Party is dead. We say just the opposite. We are more energized than ever, and thank you, President Obama, for that.
We are the Tea Party.
No more years.
No more years. No more years. No more years. No more years. No more years. No more years.
We can make sure that happens by organizing together, speaking together with one voice on not only the issue involving gun rights, but all the others that are out there, debt ceiling and Obamacare and all the other things that this president is trying to jam down our throats.
Freedom isn't free.
Freedom isn't free. Sally, come on up and say a few words, because she has been one of the primary organizers around the Bay Area to make sure that we keep this message out there. Where'd you go, Sally? Okay, well, it looks like it's up to us.
She was just here a minute ago.
All right, Uncle Vlad, are you here? Uncle V!
Uncle V, where is he?
Uncle V, where is he? He's providing some cake, by the way.
Amen. Uncle V, here he comes.
Okay. Uncle V, are you
Here he
coming
comes.
up?
Here, right here. Uncle
he's
V.
right here.
Come on.
There we
Step
go.
up. Come on up here. Step up.
Uncle V is quite a compelling story to tell. He is an American because he's earned that right to be here. City Hall, who has hosted this event for us, Uncle V.
I want to just say thank you in the first place. In the second place, thank you again. In the third, thank you for coming. Long time ago when I was a boy, and a true story, I'm not making up. I was 7 years old or 8 years old, and if somebody cannot do something, the older people say, you know what, you need to invite America. They can do it. They can do it. They can make it. From this time, I remember the free people in a free land could do everything what possible. And I like this country very much. Now, if you look outside in the United States of America, what's the definition to be American?
Freedom.
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 Free. And this freedom give us, not by government, not by politician, by Creator.
Yes.
And nobody gonna take this from us.
Amen. God-given right.
And we have to enjoy life in this country, prosperity and happiness. And if country needed us, we have to sacrifice our life for this country.
Yes.
Thank you, Uncle Vlad, and God bless you and all of the people who helped us put together this rally today. All right, Brian Sussman.
All right, I just want you to know that this hat that I'm wearing right now was given to me by one of you. And the hat echoes the words of Charles and Heston, who said famously, "From my cold, dead hands." Wait, we don't want to chant it. We asked for you to get up here a few minutes ago, but you had left the building. Come on up. Could you please welcome one of the leaders of the Tea Party to the Bay Area. This is Sally Z. Sally Z, just a couple words from you, Sally. Just reminding the mainstream media, or the lamestream media, as a woman who they hate called Sarah Palin refers to it, the lamestream media, how the Tea Party has not diminished, but indeed may be more powerful than ever. Here's Sally Z.
Thanks, everybody. It's great to see everybody out here today exercising your First Amendment rights.
Amen.
Exercise your Second Amendment rights. And, you know, we have a big battle. I mean, listen, the grassroots is never dead. It may be closer. Yeah. The grassroots is never dead. It may be wintertime. We may be taking a rest in the post-election stress disorder that we're all suffering from.
No more years! No more years!
But the reality is, we all have to stick together. We're going to have a tough 4 years ahead of us. Get involved with your local Tea Party groups, your local Republican groups, whatever, your local conservative groups. Get involved and participate. And I'll tell you why. Because I just had an interview, and I'm not really sure what's going to go from my mouth to that camera to the television set, if anything.
Yeah.
We had 200 people at the last Obama protest, and there were cameras, and they were interviewing Tea Partiers all over the place. And you know what? That night in the news, you would never have known that the Tea Partiers were there. But you knew that the anti-drone, pro-pot, and the porn stars for Obama were out that night. Okay? But you had no idea we were there. So we have to find ways to circumvent what's going on and to get the word out, and we have to stay together. And, you know, listen, I was just telling this journalist, I have a daughter, she's single, she lives in New York City. I want her to be able to protect herself. Yeah, the cops can't be there, we love them, but they can't be everywhere 24/7. And it really, really rankles me that the president can do what he can in his power to protect his children, but I can't do the same with mine. So we're not going to let this stand. We're not going to be quiet. We're going to be out. We're going to be loud. We're going to be proud. Okay? Thank you, Kelly Velikovsky, for doing all the hard work you've done over the years. Ryan Sussman now, everybody. Woo!
I told you there would be spontaneous readings from the Constitution, and all we need to do is this one phrase.
I'll give you another chance.
The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Is there anything that's complicated about that? The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Period. That's it. That's why we're here. I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you read the Declaration of Independence, as all of you have, you know that we are guaranteed a natural law